Hello everyone, you're watching EnglioCity and this is me, Abdul Sabur, your English language instructor. Well, in this very specific session of the video, we are going to talk about one of the very important topic, right? The topic which has become the concern for many students, right? It's quite difficult even for school level students, for college level students, and also for university level students as well. Why? Because that's about how to write an essay or how to plan an essay, right? Now, essay writing, we mostly do essay writing. We mostly write essays in school as well. We write essays in college as well. And even university level students also write essay. And also students who are applying for competitive exams, right? It's also the biggest concern for them as well. So in this very specific tutorial, I'm going to teach you people how to write an essay, right? Well, I'm going to teach you a method as well, and that method is called the DAFTI method. Well, before going to start what is the DAFTI method, I'm going to explain something related to the DAFTI method. DAFTI method is not very common method because maybe most of the viewers even don't know about the DAFTI method, but it's very helpful and it's a very mindful and it's the most productive method. Why? Because I have been experiencing it for those students, right, who could not write, and after I taught them the DAFTI method, right, they were able to write and they were able to sequence their ideas, right? So the DAFTI method helps you to cope up for your planning about essay. How to plan for an essay, right? The DAFTI method actually provides you organized ideas and it provides you a sequence of ideas where you can write a comprehensive and perfect essay. Well, how to write an essay? You need to go through three phases and you need to go through three different structures. Well, most of the students are given with the topics, right? They're given with the topics and they are confused what to write and how to write the essay. In this video, I'm going to teach you people how to write an essay, and I'm going to teach you people how to write a comprehensive and how to write a standout essay. Well, so you need to take start with the very first one, which is planning. You need to plan. Before you write, you need to plan. And while planning, you need to brainstorm. Whenever you're given a topic, for example, you're given a topic about pollution, right? And you are supposed to write an essay, right? So before you write, you need to brainstorm. While brainstorming, see, let me tell you, if you are the student with higher education, you may have a lot of ideas about pollution, right? If you are a school level student, you may have less ideas about pollution, right? So before you start writing about your essay, you must keep the DAFTI method in mind. The DAFTI method allows you to write a comprehensive essay. Why? Because the DAFTI method, first of all, it allows you for brainstorming, right? It lets you to brainstorm. While brainstorming, you think of different ideas and you think of the most important ideas, the general to specific and from specific to general, right? Why? Because you have a lot of ideas about pollution. Now, what ideas are most important and what ideas are less important, right? You're going to analyze all these things through the DAFTI method. Now, the DAFTI method, the D stands for different types, reasons, and attitude. For example, if you're given a topic about pollution and you are supposed to write about pollution, so you think of different types of pollution. So what would click your mind? Obviously, we have air pollution, we have noise pollution, we have water pollution, right? And then you think about the reasons that why is there pollution in our society? Why is there pollution in this world, right? And then you think of the attitude. I mean, what are the attitude of people towards pollution and what are the attitudes of people towards different types of pollution, right? So then we have A. The A stands for advantages and disadvantages, right? the DAFTI method is a very helpful and a very mindful technique and method, as I said before. Why? Because when you go through the D, you think of the different types, you think of the reasons of the topic which is given for you, you think of the attitudes of the people, and then you go towards the advantages and disadvantages of your topic. So while you are in the advantages and disadvantages, right, so you actually get ideas, and this process is called brainstorming, and brainstorming occurs while you are planning, and that planning must take place before writing an essay, right? All right, the next part is if. If stands for facts and figures. Now, what are facts and figures? Facts and figures are actually realities about your topic. You start thinking about more authentic information about the relevant topic that you're given to write essay on, right? In this very topic, you try to find out some interesting information, some authentic and research-based information which could be very beneficial for your readers. Then we have then we have the T. The T stands for time and historical background. Now, for example, if you think of pollution, so you must think of the time, that since when the pollution started, right? So you started thinking that the pollution actually started, or it got spread, right? Especially after the Industrial Revolution. With the creation of more industries, right, we have more pollution in our world, right? Or the word modernization also caused pollution, a lot of pollution in this word. And the last is I, which is important of your topic. Importance of your topic. Like, why is this topic important to be discussed, right? And the I letter, which is a DAFTI method, the I stands for importance of the topic. Like, why do you need to discuss this topic? Why this topic is beneficial for discussion, or why it has become an issue for debate, right? Well, this was the DAFTI method, and I highly recommend the DAFTI method for you people. It might be a new method for you people, but it's really helpful. And it's really outstanding method. Why? Because it has helped me personally. Before, when I could not write, I started studying about the DAFTI method, and I personally recommend the DAFTI method. Why? Because that's a very profound structure which allows you, because you already have a lot of knowledge about the topic which you're given to write an essay on, right? But if you go through the DAFTI method actually provides you the sequence information, right? The sequence information mean the organized information. Why? Because at times when you're given with a task, when you're given with a essay to write, you directly start writing in the middle. You start thinking that, well, this idea had to be at last, or this idea had to be at first, right? So there you actually get confused, and you think you have not performed a better essay, right? Which creates a very negative vibe in your mind, right? In which you cannot perform well. So before writing, always you must plan first, and while planning, you must go for the DAFTI method. Well, I'm really sorry for the very bad voice, right, for today, because I have a sore throat. And another interesting information that I would like to share with you people, well, I plan to share it in the start of my video, right? But I just got it clicked my mind right now. It's just about the subscribers, right? Most of my viewers, most of the people who are watching my videos, almost 50% of them have not subscribed the channel, but they keep on watching the videos. So you must subscribe the channel, and in order to show support, right? It would motivate me a lot, and I would prepare very interesting topics for you guys in upcoming. Well, now let's come towards the business. The DAFTI method, which is the planning part of the essay. Now moving on towards the next part of the essay, which is writing. Now in writing, obviously, if you're writing a paragraph, that has one structure. If you're writing an essay, that has another structure, right? Now, what is an essay? You have to know an essay. An essay is a piece of writing, right, on a specific topic on a particular topic, such as the topic we discussed was pollution, or for example, you decide to write on culture, right? So before writing on culture, you have to go through all that process of DAFTI method, and then in writing, you have to know the structure of essay. Now, what is the structure? The structure of essay is, first one is introduction. Introduction is also called the opening statement. In the opening statement, you have to introduce your topic. Mostly, you can take start with a quotation. Why? Because that would add more beauty to your piece of writing. That would make your piece of writing more creative. For example, if you are supposed to write an essay about education, right? So you can take start with the very famous and prominent quotation about education, which is, education is the most powerful weapon which is used to change the world, said by Nelson Mandela, right? So you can take start with an introduction. If that is with a quotation, so that's very helpful. Why? Because it adds beauty to that very specific piece of writing, and it makes your piece of writing from an ordinary writing to a creative writing, right? Well, the next part, or the next body, which is called the main body, the essay structure. First one is introduction, second one is the main body. In the main body, we talk about the main and important ideas, right? And at the last, we have conclusion. Conclusion is also called the closing statement. In this very part, you actually wind up your topic in a very comprehensive way, which is more interesting, or which is outstanding for your examiners if you're writing for your exams. Or for example, if you're doing the general writing just for the readers, right? So you always have to add some interesting information in your piece of writing. You have to make it very interesting. You have to make it more authentic. And how can you make it more interesting, and how can you make it more authentic, is when you go through the DAFTI method. Why? In the DAFTI method, the F stands for the facts and figures. So you try to come up with the most important ideas. You try to come up with the with the authentic information related to your topic. Well, the last part is rechecking. In rechecking part, you actually recheck the grammar and you recheck the spelling. After you're done with your piece of writing, you need to give it a read once. Why? Because you need to see whether you have committed grammatical mistakes, so you can correct it later on, right? Or you would find definitely if you have committed any spelling mistake, right? So you can solve those two mistakes, which is rechecking, right? Rechecking, you can check your grammar, you can check your spelling. All right, that's it for today, which was about the DAFTI method. And I personally consider the DAFTI method a very important structure, a very important tactic, right, which allows you to write a comprehensive and to write a standout essay, right? Well, that's it for today. I hope you have found it very informative, right? If you have liked the session of today, if you have found it profound and useful, you can share it among your friends, and you can share it among all the people who really needs improvement in their essay writing. And I again say, and I exaggerate, that the DAFTI method is a very profound and a very helpful method. You can share it with your friends so they can also get benefit out of the DAFTI method. Why? Because the DAFTI method is a very convenient and it's a very profound method which allows you to brainstorm, to organize the ideas, or to put your ideas in a very sequence. I hope you have enjoyed the session of today. Have a great time. Bye-bye.